Hi, I'm James.
And I'm Colin.
And welcome to Let's Talk Retro.
And today with Resident Evil 7, either out very soon or already out, depending on when you watch this video, we thought we would remember the very first Resident Evil. So before we talk about some of our memories of the very first Resident Evil game, we thought why don't we take a look at and remember, or maybe watch for the very first time if you've never played the game's now famous intro that introduced us to the game and its soon to become familiar characters.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission. No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
It was Bravo Team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
Hey! Come here! Run for that house!
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers. Albert Wesker. Resident Evil.
So yes, like I said, with Resident Evil 7 out very soon, or either already out, depending on when you watch this video, we thought we'd remember a few stories about when the first original Resident Evil came out on the PlayStation. And do you remember that, James?
I do, yeah. Big game.
Yeah.
Survival horror.
And have you played it?
I barely remember it, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But I own nearly all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't played it for so long.
Yeah. But I think if I remember rightly, it was 1996 when it came out on the PlayStation 2. I was probably sort of mid-20s around then. And I remember actually seeing it advertised in all the magazines, all the PlayStation magazines, and I remember seeing like obviously previews of it and the excitement building through the magazines. You didn't have internet and that in those days, so the only way to get to find out about games and get the hyped up about them was to read the reviews and the previews. So I remember reading the previews and getting excited, and the reviews came out and they still said it was a good game and that it was sort of the first sort of survival horror game really that actually came out. Because PlayStation, when that came out, it was a big jump, wasn't it? I think from Mega Drive and SNES to PlayStation.
All 3D, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
all about 3D.
And obviously on the PlayStation, I mean, this is one of the new sort of franchises that came out with PlayStation, along with like Tomb Raider and things like that. And yeah, so it was all new and it was all exciting, and we were going away from little pixelated sort of like cutesy sort of graphics into things that are a little bit more realistic, shall we say. So I remember when it was released, going out, and I went into the local store of Electronics Boutique. Remember Electronics Boutique?
Love going in there.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't remember, the too young to remember, it's sort of like Game would be like the equivalent today, I suppose, wouldn't it? So yeah, so it was a computer store. I think it was here in the UK. I think it was also in the US. Obviously a bit like GameStop if you're in the US today. And yeah, so I remember going into there and picking it up off the shelf and buying it because I've seen all the reviews and the reviews and previews and wanted to have a copy. And when I bought it, I swear this is a true story. If I'm talking absolute rubbish and you remember differently, just let us know in the comments, because I swear when I first went in and bought this and picked this up off the shelf and bought it, this isn't the actual original one that I bought. I sold that one, traded it in for something else, and so I've had to buy it back again. So this is obviously a newer.
Done that, stupidly.
Yeah. So this is a newer version. I wish I had the original, because I swear it didn't have a 15 certificate on it. I swear it came out and it wasn't sort of like certified at all. I remember thinking, from what I read in the reviews, well, that's why I remember so vividly about it, picking it up in the shop, looking at it, thinking this should probably be a 15 or an 18 or something from what they said in the reviews, you know. And so, like I say, after taking it home and playing it for a while, really enjoying the game. And I remember one day turning on the news at lunchtime, and there's a big news story about parents were starting to sort of realise that this was quite a scary game, and that their little kids were playing it. And of course, because we've gone from, like, obviously back then, parents didn't really get involved with gaming, did they? They were just sort of like, it was a kids thing, you know. The kids are playing on the games, you know, nothing to worry about there. Trouble. Yeah, it's just all little cutesy graphics, like I say. And so this was the first thing. I was starting to get nearer sort of realistic graphics, realistic blood and gore and things like that. And so yeah, so the next time I went into Electronics Boutique, not surprisingly, they sold out, because everything, all the hype and that, and
news coverage.
Coverage, had obviously gone out and bought it because they wanted to play it. If something's banned or something's not, you know, getting a bit of a hard time, obviously people want it, don't they? And they go and buy it. So they'd sold out the second time I went in there, and then a few weeks later when I went in, they were in there and they had these sort of 15 certificates stickers
stuck on the
that
back.
they slapped all over them, over the back. They even had them on the front. And then obviously at some point, I presume, because I swear that wasn't on there originally, this actual 15 certificate was actually put onto the actual front cover of the box. So another one of my big memories of playing Resident Evil was it's actually the first game that ever made me jump. Do you remember the first game that made you jump? You don't? Not
Shadow
really
of the
into
Beast.
horrors. Shadow of the Beast. I think you said that before, didn't you? Yeah. And
I know you're laughing, but yeah, Shadow of the Beast. Nightbreed, actually, might have been a bit.
Yeah, I know there's something on the Amiga you said.
It was definitely, it was Nightbreed, I think, or Shadow of the Beast.
But it was this, it was the first game that made me jump. I remember, and I think a lot of people who agree and say exactly the same as. I think I've said it before on the channel actually.
The dog bit.
Yeah, so you sort of like open this door for the first time. You're going down this corridor, and there's not a lot going on. You're just sort of thinking, you know, it's just a corridor. I mean, in those days, dogs didn't jump through the windows in computer games, so so you're just wandering along this corridor. I think I had the volume up quite loud on the TV. And all of a sudden, the dogs come pounding through the window, frightening the shit out of me. So, and you've got to try and shoot them quick. Everything was one big panic. I remember I died the first time I did it. And I remember after that, obviously it frightened me, so I was getting all my friends round and putting the game on, turning the volume at full blast and saying,
"That's just
I wonder what happens if you wander down that corridor. That's where you want to go next." And they're all wandering down there, and then obviously the dogs jumped through the window. They all jumped as well. And I had a really good laugh. So my memories of playing Resident Evil on the whole are really, really good. It was a game with so many firsts, especially for me. The PlayStation was really starting to take things to a whole new level. And as you can see on screen, it was just amazing for the time. You know, the different amounts of enemies that you had to kill, like the zombies, the spiders, the birds, dogs, and you never had real life sort of enemies like that before in a game, or I hadn't come across them in a game before. And of course everything wasn't brilliant, the acting was a little bit wooden.
Barry, where's Barry? Well, I'm sorry.
And of course there was those zombies, and there was nothing more satisfying in this game than getting the shotgun and just blowing a zombie's head off for the very first time. And it was one of the first games I remember actually being story driven. It had a script and proper actors acting out the roles of the main characters. Camera angles weren't always great, admittedly. Sometimes you couldn't see the zombie that you're actually trying to kill, but that just made things a little bit more tense if you ask me. You know, the fact that there was a zombie moaning away around the corner and you couldn't quite actually see whether you're actually hitting him or not. And there's all little sort of tense little cutscenes, and like I say, it made you sort of care about the characters a little bit. And the weapons were great. I mean, some great big explosive ammos which you took care of because you didn't have all that much. But all in all, it was a completely different game. Like I say, the first survival horror, and a game that I really enjoyed playing, and I've played through several times over the years. And like I say, so we're talking about this because Resident Evil 7 has either just come out or is coming out very soon, depending on when you watch this video. And again, I played that on the PlayStation 4, played the demo of it, and tried to get you to play the VR demo last week. But
Too much of a wuss.
Yeah, too much of a wuss, you wouldn't play it. But it's the first game I believe that you can actually play all the way through in VR, so I'm really looking forward to that soon. I've got my VR headset now. If you were watching our video from last week, you'll know that. And so I'm really looking forward to playing that. And the thing is, for me, Resident Evil lost its way a little bit. I played 1, 2 and 3, and then 4 on the GameCube. I think that was a GameCube exclusive for a little while, before it did eventually come out on PlayStation 2 and Windows, I think. But yeah, I felt after that, and some of the ones in between, there were some other spin-off ones in between sort of 2 and 3, and didn't really go for those
Shooting
much.
only one, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was, and I think it was the one on the Dreamcast. Can't remember the name of it again. It was,
Nemesis?
no, it wasn't Nemesis. Can't remember. But the one on the Dreamcast, I didn't like that.
Okay.
And after 4, anyway, I felt it lost its way a little bit. But now 7. I think this is going to be completely different. It's a completely different story. You've got all new characters. The main story is about this guy looking for his wife in this big mansion. So it's going to be completely...
About a mansion.
Yeah, something scary mansion. But yeah, so I think it's going to be completely different to the other ones. And it's hopefully, from what I played in the demos, I played the kitchen demo in VR and the main demo in VR. And there's several different endings on that as well. So... depending on what you do, so it's a pretty good demo to play.
Get your spare pants at the ready.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting on and playing that. I think it's definitely going to be an improvement on what we've had over the last couple of games. But maybe we're wrong. Maybe you're going to tell me. Let us know in the comments what you thought. Did you think that Resident Evil lost its way a little bit after 4? And you know, should we go back and play the others before maybe before we play 7? I don't know, but I'm just really looking forward to 7. I think it's going to be completely different to the other ones, and hopefully it's going to get the series back on track. So basically that's it for this video then, I think, James. Just a couple of the stories that I just wanted to share with you about Resident Evil. And
do you know what it's called in Japan though?
Oh, Biohazard, isn't it? Yes, because I think the Resident
Can't do a
7...
Resident Evil video and not reference
Yeah,
that.
it's actually called, I think, can't talk now. Resident Evil 7 is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I think.
Hey.
If I remember rightly. But yes, that was what it was called originally in Japan. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for this video. So until next time, James, what they got to do as always?
Keep it retro.
Yeah, so keep it retro, guys, and we will see you again very soon.